for me. Had a little bit of delays trying to get back from my daughter's wedding in Amsterdam. We basically had a flight canceled on Sunday and then a 4-hour delay yesterday. So I couldn't quite make it back for this morning. So John's going to kind of lead us through the meeting. And I got something at the end of the meeting for you guys as well, too.
Yes, John. Sorry about the delays. All right, shout outs. Tell me something good. Anyone have anything good they want to share from the last week or so? I do. Yeah.
Maureen is here.
Maureen is here.
Maureen's there, so that's obviously definitely something good. For me, I got an easy one. My daughter got married and I gained a son. So after having 3 older sisters and 3 daughters, there's finally a male in the Morris household.
Anyone else? Hi, everyone. We had a really fun cornhole tournament at KWPV bar last week. A lot of you guys were there too, which was really cool to see. Anyone end up winning here? Who ended up winning the tournament?
Hey, I almost did it.
You almost did, yeah. I know.
Straight shots.
Maybe it was the first time playing that. Clearly, she was seeking it on the fly. On the road. So.
I did win it.
You're so good. Anyone else? Yeah. Good part. Amazing. Congrats. All right. Let's see. Excuses make today easy, but they make tomorrow hard. Discipline makes today hard, but it makes tomorrow easy. What does that mean to you guys? What does that say in terms of our business? Yeah,
Well, the more you do, it seems like the less you get.
yeah, definitely. The more you do, the luckier you get. Kind of make our own luck in this business, right?
Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments.
Discipline is to bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. Love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Delayed gratification, right? You know, you can have it stay easy and go to the beach and have fun, or put your head down and go to work, and tomorrow will be off. Money.
Hey, John, one thing that resonates with me on that one is we always kind of say that what you do today shows up 90 days later. And so it's really easy to say, hey, I'm going to take it easy today, or I'm going to not work so hard, or I'm not going to make those calls. But then it's going to make tomorrow or the future really, really difficult. Whereas, you know, sometimes in this business, I always say that it's really easy, but it's really hard. It's easy because everybody knows what to do. I mean, I got to go out there and lead generate. I got to make calls. I got to door knock. I got to hold open houses. I got to do activities. It's just making sure that you have discipline to go out there and do the grunt work or the tedious stuff that maybe sometimes you don't want to do.
Yeah. Well, anyone else have anything they want to share around this? All right, it's birthdays. Let's give it up for all these guys. Mark and Nell, that's all Mark on this call. Jewel Taylor, Mort Bulgani, Sandra, sorry if I'm butchering your names. Churai, Jennifer Addo, Joanna Villa, Rashi Mittal, and Nasra Antar. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Then August, work anniversary. Got here. No got. Guillermo Vigara, Max Molina, Lori Lewishausen, Dave Anderson, Natsuko Fuji, Jewel Taylor, Anna Hogan, Nancy Palos, Valencia, Pedro Larios, Alicia, Casey Rosado, and Nina Gastas. Thank you guys. Clothing, last week. Stephen Ha on Kentwood, and Los Angeles. Young on Bridgeport and Torrance for 1-4. Two nice ones. Elizabeth on Channel Street, San Pedro. Nice big one on San Pedro. Gal here. In Torrance for 850. Another one for Knoxco in Playa del Rey. Dee, never mind. Nice job, Dee. Another one for Dee on Anacapa. It's a really nice one. Oh, that's a new listing, sorry. New listing, you wanna say anything about your listing?
Yes, I have open house today with Volvo. So please come stop by. They have a brand new kitchen. Change everything and it's really nice look.
All right, cool. That's a great little community in there too. That's in up here, Banner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool community. That's one for a game. Steven, are you on the call? Do you want to share anything about Susana?
I'll share.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking to host it today. It'll be open for a tour. It's a bit of a fixer. It's the lowest price house in an RPV right now at 583 square foot. And it's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2 stories. It has incredible harbor views from both levels. And it's at the end of the cul-de-sac. It's really nice. 120,000 square feet. Swimming pool, jacuzzi, private head.
Yeah, that's a great value with that side. That one's out of town. All right, next. Young here. No, yeah, Young's got a nice new one on Yarmouth. That's Lamana Bay. 4 bed, 2 bath, 2,400 square feet for 2,995. And then Maggie and Laura. Yep.
Yes, that's a new listing on the Stratford area in RPD. Great entry level price, I'll say that. And it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. It is gonna be open Sunday from 1 to 4. Today, I think it's available going after 1 p.m. We don't have a lot of. I'm gonna be able to do it short time. It's the lot, it's a very nice kind of private little part of the street there, so you won't get a lot of traffic. And it's got a very big backyard, it's 6,600 square feet, but it feels bigger, maybe the front is not as big. But it's got a nice flat back.
Big backyard, yeah. Is it down towards the bottom of the street?
I'm sorry?
Is it towards the bottom of Paddington?
Yes.
Yeah, there's not very little traffic down there. That's
Yeah.
a great,
Nice, yeah.
great spot. Cool.
And it's vacant.
Right. For 1-1, can't get much in.
Yeah.
So they take 1-1 right now, that'll be-
That's,
PD.
you know, but that's entry level.
Yeah, nice distinct. Another one for DD Pasadena.
Yeah, this is very nice building. Pretty new, 2015, is a penthouse. And this location is so awesome. Across the street is moving. And one block to go. And this is big house, very long.
Love it. Yeah, walkability is super important to people now, I feel like, so, very nice. Alright. Any needs and wants? Anyone have a buyer that they want, can't find? You have a pocket listing coming up, they wanna tell us about? No one? Anyone on Zoom have anything they wanna talk about? That, someone twice. That's me. Going once, going twice. All right, next. All right, Nick. With Morris Property Inspection.
Thank you. Alrighty, thanks for having me, John and Daniel. My name is Nick. I am the owner operator of the South Bay location for Morrison Plus Property Inspection. We've been a home inspection company since 2008, and I personally have been doing home inspections for the last 5 years, and I've been the owner operator of the South Bay location for the last 2 years. We're your one-stop shop for anything home inspection needs. We do sewer scopes, we do level 2 chimney, we do mold testing, we do termite inspections. Anything inspection related you can think of, pool and spa equipment testing, anything you guys think of related to inspections, we cover it. One thing that I always guarantee to my clients is we always guarantee same day reporting. for those inspection reports. I know that a lot of times you have short contingency periods, sometimes 7 days, and sometimes you're not even, able to get your inspection on that first day. So with that being said, the short contingency period, it's really important to get all of that information out to you guys as soon as possible, so you can make any, related informed decisions going forward. One piece of advice I want to share today that I've been noticing is electrical panels. I mostly work with buyers. I do some pre-listing inspections. And in the last couple of months, I've probably had about 5 or 6 inspections that have fallen out of escrow because of their electrical panel. So if you're on the listing side, I would take a look. Federal Pacific, Zinsco, Sylvania, Bulldog, which is like the spring breakers, the push breakers instead of like the spring. I'm sorry. Any of those. As difficult as it is to get home insurance in California right now, those are the list of panels that are kind of being red tagged by any insurance, insurance agencies. Yeah, of course, yeah. So, no, yeah, I'm happy to. So Federal Pacific, FEDERAL Pacific, Zinsco, ZINSCO, and Sylvania, SYLVANNIA, and then Bulldog.
Everything is going wrong with my listing, so I have to fill in the panelist.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So these, to give it to you guys straight, I would never tell this to my buyers, but those panels, they cause house fires. Federal Pacific, they cause about 2,500 house fires a year. Zinsco and Sylvania are a little bit under that. Without getting too into the weeds of the, mechanical of it, they're made with a lot of aluminum components. New current building standard has a lot of copper components. There's a lot less ability to expand and contract, which leads to less loose connections and leads to house fires. So take a look at those panels. Like I said, I've had many inspections over the last couple months fall out of escrow because of that. So does anyone have any questions regarding home inspection or anything else related? Yes.
You said you do mold,
Yeah, mold testing.
so you'll tell us.
So we take swabs and then send them to a lab.
How much is that?
It's like $350 per starting, and then it depends on how many samples and how many different styles and materials you grab after that. Yeah, I'll grab your answer. It does not have the prices listed on it, but I do have my direct contact info on there. If you reach out to me, I can give you some direct prices. Yes. It's an urban. Yeah. Yeah, they're generally like 24 to 48 hour turnover time for the mold sample reports.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Awesome.
And yeah, if anyone that wants, any prices or services or wants to see on the report, I'd be more than happy to reach out. That's your question. We work with a third party called Repair Pricer that I send out a link at the end of my inspection. They're like 30.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't personally do that. There's some ethical dilemma with home inspection. Or I can fix that for you. But yeah, we work with a third party inspection that does that. And it's a great tool, especially on the buyer side. You can bring that to the seller and say, hey, this says that it's going to cost, $100,000 to repipe all of the cast iron, and my chimney is a precast chimney. We have some sort of credit.
Love it.
Anything to know?
Truly a one-stop shop, does it all. Sewers, mold, process. Great. All right, upcoming events and classes. We have Combined Office Mastermind talk tomorrow. Thanks for the meeting, our panel. That's tomorrow, yeah. It's August
That
7th.
is tomorrow. I believe Brooke is gonna be in our office doing the Zoom thing, joining everybody else. So if you guys wanna come to the training room and watch it.
Yeah, Daniel, really quick on that mastermind, this is really a great opportunity for you guys. We basically pulled some of the top agents that have really dug in on what's going on with the buyer broker agreement and all the changes that are going to be happening. And so it's going to be a big panel with all of those agents from the 3 offices. And they're not going to only talk about buyer broker agreement. They're going to talk about some of the comp stuff that's out there in terms of how Zillow is handling some of these things and how some of our competitors are handling some of these things. That way you guys can be really informed about not just what you need to do, but what others are doing and how you can compete against those people as well too. So definitely is a great opportunity. Not a whole lot of time out of your guys' day. It's only going to be a half an hour long, but it's really, really valuable. So I'd make sure to block out some time for that.
Great, we're playing that here in the office on Zoom. I'm here in this room and watch it. Yeah, lots of changes. I know we're in tons of training these days, but we do need to figure out what's going on and best practices and all. It's like a great class.
So this is a 30-minute class, so make sure you guys zoom in on time. We're not gonna be on over. We have a 30 to 12.
Perfect. All right, career.
Yeah, I'll talk about this one really quick. I just want to remind you guys, last month we had our first career night and it was a great success. I believe we had about 15 people and not a whole lot of lead up to that or marketing to that. So definitely some people out there that are interested in learning a little bit more about what it's like to get into real estate. So in that session, we talk about the career, what it involves, everything that it entails to get into real estate, and then gives them some information on how to get started with classes and things like that. And we go over the KWPV and the K-Score program that we offer that allows people that are interested in getting their license the ability to get the coursework covered for them so that they don't have to pay for the classes. So if you know anybody that's looking to get into real estate, whether it's family members, friends, past clients, a lot of times are really great candidates to potentially get into real estate. Just throw this out there. It gives you a great opportunity to help influence somebody to get into this great business of ours, and then also allows you the potential opportunity to help build your profit share tree as well too, so that you can build some passive or some residual income as well. So make sure that you invite them to that. It'll be live inside of our market center on the 24th from roughly about 6. Last time it took about an hour and a half, so we'll probably finish about 7:30 or so.
Mega Camp. Johnny wants to speak to Mega Camp at all?
Yeah, sure. So Mega Camp is coming up. Actually, this really quick. We're 6 days away from Mega Camp starting. So again, if you are on the fence or have been thinking about it and haven't pulled the trigger yet, just do it. This gives you an opportunity. I think, especially this Mega Camp, I think is going to be really more valuable and more important than maybe some in the past. A lot of changes within our settlement. So this is going to give you an opportunity to hear from top agents across the world, not just our country, and especially the ones that are local, to talk about or to discuss what they're doing right now to be successful. We all know that inventory has been tight, getting listings is tough. As we're anticipating, I know Dustin will probably talk about rates in a little bit. As the rates fall, more buyers are going to get into the market, and that's going to cause even more of a stress on the supply that we have. It's just going to be a really great idea to hear from some top agents throughout our organization on what they're doing to get ready for that, to prepare for that, to get more listings, working with buyers. So you still have time to sign up. QR code is on there. And then, as I've been mentioning for the past few weeks, we have one of our very own that is the cultural ambassador for the region, and then she's going to be honored. So big congrats to Michelle. And so you get an opportunity to be able to see her get recognized on stage as well too.
Live stream,
What was that?
Is any of this going to be live streamed?
That I'm not sure. I do not believe so. I know that we did a lot of that stuff during COVID because we had to. But I think most of it will be in-house. I know they usually do live stream Gary's keynotes and stuff like that. So some of the stuff will probably be live streamed. I'll try to find out a little bit more today and tomorrow. And then I'll make sure Daniel sends out some information for you guys on anything that you might be able to tune into if you can't make it to Austin.
Great. Cool.
I'll talk about this because this is kind of my wheelhouse anyway. You might be getting some emails, things like that. You don't need to necessarily freak out. The KW agent sites, we've upgraded those a long time ago. And basically, if you hadn't gone in and manually changed over from the old agent sites to the new agent sites, Keller Williams is going to make it really easy for you guys, and they're going to just they're going to go in and basically upgrade to the newer version of the site. So that's all this really is. There's not really anything that you need to do. If you've already done it, this doesn't really affect you at all. But if you haven't really been using your KW site or haven't utilized it or anything like that, and you never did the upgrade, they're going to just do it for all of the agents. So that's going to happen on August 15th. So you need to make sure, one thing you do need to do is you need to make sure that you save any testimonial reviews that maybe you've collected if you haven't upgraded, and any custom pages that maybe you've created, which I don't think that applies to too many of us. But if you have any concerns about it, make sure that you reach out to me, because in addition to which I think most of you guys know this, but for those of you guys that don't, or some of the newer ones that have joined recently, I am our region's regional technology director, in addition to being the team leader of the office. So basically, everybody that has questions about technology in our region asks me anyway. You guys just get the benefit of having the regional tech expert for all things KW technology in your home office. So lean in and use me if you have any questions.
Love it. Is anyone set up their site? Yeah. It's not one of the KW ones, it's, man, yeah, it's a good opportunity to get it, I don't have a site. Yeah.
So yeah, this basically is just another little update that they had sent out. So on the 15th, there will be an auto upgrade. And then if you did go in there and create any custom sort of pages, they don't transfer over. So you'll just need to make sure that you basically create a Google Doc or a Word doc, and then copy that stuff, paste it in there, and then we can get that stuff added back to your website. But I'm not thinking that applies to too many. I don't know a whole lot of you guys that have created a whole lot of custom stuff on the old sites. But if you have and you're concerned, let me know.
You released the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Playbook. This is a brand new one, John, right? Yeah,
so they released a volume 1 about a year ago. This is volume 2, and this is, to me, something that you have to buy. I think they're like $20, and basically what they do there is they go out and interview top agents all over our ecosystem, and they find out what those agents do really well. And it's not, a lot of it's lead generation, a lot of it's how to service listings, things like that. All the things that are basically part of the MREA, which we know that we have the economic model and the lead gen model and the budget model and the leverage model. All of those things are discussed in here. And basically, like I said, what they do is they interview the top agents in our company on how they do those things at such a high level. And then they condense down those interviews into one. Most of them are 1 page. Some of them are, a page and a half, 2 pages at the most, but really easy to follow directions on how to basically copy what some of our top agents are doing to run those models at a really high level.
Yeah, this is really good. I think it's like $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, it's well worth it. Guys.
Yeah, one thing that we should maybe do, John, is find out who's interested in ordering those. And then maybe in the office, we can place your order for you. You could just give Daniel or Paige the money to make the order. And the reason I'm saying that is that if we bulk order together rather than individually, it'll just be cheaper for the shipping. Because I know that the shipping is pretty expensive ordering from KWRI. So that might be an idea that we do, is that if we can get a group of people that know they want to order a copy of it, we can get the shipping cheaper if we order together.
All right, so go see Daniel or Paige, sign up for me. Going. All right. This is information about how to set up your website, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so a quick video.
Quick video on how to set up your website.
Volume 60.
Hey everyone, this is Tony from our weekly updates, and today's update is on the launch of the new websites. So KW has been putting together a new website for y'all to utilize. As of today, on September 12th, it looks like it's fully activated for y'all to use if you want to. That's the one big caveat on here. You will need to go through and update your site or upgrade your site only if you want to utilize it. Now, in this case, you can continue to use the current site that you have, or you can upgrade to the new version as well. All right, so when you're on your command homepage, the main thing you want to first take a look at over here on the left-hand side is the consumer app. That is where your site backend is going to display. So when we click on consumer on here, you're going to notice a couple of things. So first and foremost, if you have any pages that are on your website that are custom pages, before you move over, make sure that you save them. Go through, open up a Google Doc, open up a Word doc, go into those pages, copy and paste everything, because those pages will not move over to the new site. There's not a way to add new custom pages quite yet, but once there is, you'll want to save that information back in. Now, another big thing that'll happen before we click upgrade my site is the landing page section. Right, the landing pages will go away as well. Now, these pages will remain active online. So if you use any of these landing pages and you want to continue to use them, you won't be able to change anything afterwards. But if you want to continue to use them, make sure you copy that URL. So I copy this link on here, I can self and copy it, make sure you save it. Or if you want to deactivate it now, make sure you change the status option from green. Click yes to make it inactive, to make it white on here. All right, or if you really want to be extremely safe, you can also click the three dots on the right-hand side and click delete. All right, so that's the free stuff that you'll need to get done before you actually activate and upgrade the website. So once again, going back on here, we started from our homepage. All right, we went to the consumer section at the bottom left down here, last click down. And before we upgrade the site, we want to first see, do we have any pages that we want to save our content from? Because once again, once the site is upgraded, and some of those pages more likely won't display. You will have some pages like a about page, like a contact page, testimonial page. But if you have custom pages that you make with specific information, make sure you save that in Google Doc and Word doc, wherever you can save it for the time being. The other big item is this landing page section. Once again, these landing pages will remain active. You won't be able to deactivate them, won't be able to change anything. So if you want to continue to use that landing page, save that URL. That is going to be a necessity. Save that URL and make sure that the status is green. If you don't want them active anymore, make sure that you uncheck that green status to make the swipe, or feel free to click the three dots on the right-hand side to delete everything. All right, once you have done that, now you can click upgrade my site to go through everything possible. All right, so that is the info of what you'll need to do before you get started on your upgraded website. Now, remember, you do not have to do that today. You don't even have to do it anytime soon. Right, but if you do want to take advantage of the new site while it's launching today, obviously new updates are going to be happening consistently. Right, KW is always coming out with new updates that y'all are looking for. Right, new items are always being launched, labbed. So if you don't want to go after the first version of the site that is officially live for you, you can hold off. But if you do, now you can click that upgrade my website. All right, so that's a few things to consider before you officially launch your website. So there you go. So that is your PWP command tip for the day.
We have another video after this.
Alright. I think this was about setting up your site, right? Upgrade website. Alright, sounds like once you have a website, so the leading it is irrelevant, so. Okay, head to this one for how to set up.
Have a website that's connected.
That's a good question.
Hey everyone, this is Scott Roy at Scott Marketing for the weekly tip. And today's tip gets tips on the new websites that just launched today on September 12th. I almost said February, it's not February, September 1st, September 12th.
Hey, Daniel, we can skip over this one because like I said, he's just going to go over how to upgrade the sites. And like I said, we've already, you don't have to actually do anything. It'll upgrade on its own.
Everybody. So 2 weeks ago, I was standing here and I shared with you guys that basically it's just a matter of time before interest rates start decreasing, right? Why? We got a moderating economy that's slowing a little bit, right? Showing that it's lost some steam. Inflation is moderated, and then we see a slowing in the jobs reports. Well, who knew that it was going to be 2 weeks? I don't have a crystal ball, but I am the closest thing to it with 25 years of experience in my business and being able to forecast where market drift and when things are going to take place. I might not be dead on with the day, but as I've always shared with you guys, a favorite quote from Mark Twain: "History doesn't repeat itself, but it often runs," right? And so from the open of business on Friday to the close of business yesterday, across 110 different ways to structure any sort of mortgage loan, interest rates decreased by about 0.375%. This is pretty significant when you remember the fact that for every 5 million people, or every 1% that interest rates decrease, 5 million people qualify, right? And then that equates to roughly $50,000 to $75,000 in purchasing power for your clients. You guys know I don't like talking about interest rates. Why? Because none of your clients are sitting on the couch saying interest rates went down by 0.375%. Let's go spend $1 million. They're dealing with a specific situation that we help guide them through with leadership and how to, accomplish their goals, whether it's a first-time buyer or a repeat buyer. And so if I was though to share with you interest rates to trigger you, right now with FHA with A+ paper, 5.5% will be lockout this morning. That's pretty amazing. VA 5.375%, and then we have, we want to go back one slide, we're not there yet. That's okay. And then for conventional, if we have some blemishes, sorry, I got really close to the camera then, like such as a 685 FICO score with 10% down on a condo with attached walls, 6.25%. That is the interest rate that you guys see on your laminates that have passed out this morning, which is basically what you can anticipate the market to be for the rest of the month with interest rates. At 6.25% is the rate matter, the payment matter. That's right. So in the lower right-hand side, it shows what the payment would be at 300, 400, 500, 6, 8 million, 1.5, 2, and 2.5 million. Really great to have these type of laminates with you on your buyer presentations and even your listings when we're trying to figure out what would be the best price to list the property at, so that you can share with your sellers on what the affordability might be for someone who can make an offer. Now, why did all this happen? Why did all this come out? This is the jobs report that came out on Friday. And so what we're looking at basically was the expectation of 175,000 new jobs to be created, and really in actuality it was 114,000. Not only that, but they revised the previous 2 months downwards by a rounded figure of about 100,000 jobs. This is significant because over the last 18 months, your government has been sharing that everything is awesome, right? And what have I shared with you guys about leading up to elections? 7 out of the last 8 elections that we've had, interest rates have decreased running up to the election. Now we can say 8 out of the last 12, 9, 7, 8, yeah, 9, 10. It's because it's happening right now, right? And so what's really interesting about this though is why the market was freaking out, why you're hearing things like meltdown and bloodbath and all those things. All that, by the way, is just hyperbole. We've already seen a little bit of a bounce back from the loss of the market over the last 72 business hours. But the government is saying that small businesses in America, there was 246,000 jobs created during the month of July. While ADP, a private company, you guys know ADP, right? Payroll company, there was a loss of 7,000. Do you guys see a discrepancy here? Really big. Does the market like it when there's unknowns? Stock market, investors, things like that? No, they don't. And so government jobs, there was 17,000 of the 114,000. And then healthcare, that's not really a point that I wanted to share with you guys this morning, but here is the crux of it that you won't see in a visual, which is going to go to the next slide. The we should say the feds, right? There's 19 members. And then half of those are voting members. And they have said that they want to hold the federal funds rate until we have a moderated inflation, right? And they don't anticipate that the unemployment rate is going to increase beyond 4.1%. Okay, they didn't have 4.3% on their bingo cards. That is where unemployment is today. So 16 out of 19 members now are like, what are we going to do? What do you guys think is going to happen when they meet in September? Are interest rates going to come down? Yes. Yes, they will. By how much? That's the wild card. Right now, the market is speculating that they will decrease it by 50 basis points, 0.5%. So now we'll be between 4.5 to 4.75. That's a 68% prediction. We'll see as things mature between now and then. And really what this all comes down to is what we can anticipate going forward. Like the reason why they would do that is because they want to avoid a recession. Well, not to geek out on you, but there is something called a SOM rule, where if unemployment changes by 0.5 percentage point on a month-over-month basis or on an annual basis, then it's not that you're waiting for 6 months to see if we're in a recession. You are already in. And that was triggered in a handful of states, not across the entire country, but California is in that short list. Nothing to fret about. California has more people in it than all the other states, right? So with that, when we say recession and your clients hear that word, if I hear that word, just take all my knowledge away from all of this, does it kind of give you a little bit of a panic? Does it? Yeah, right? What's the 3 rules for real estate? Anyone, come on. No one had coffee today? Not you. Someone else.
Location.
Thank you, Al. Yeah, we've heard that before, right? But what does that really mean? How I articulate it in reflection of you when I'm working with your clients is number 1, you're in the #1 state in the union for population, being the state of California. You're in the 5th largest economy in the entire world, and we're very diverse, right? We're not like Florida, which is focused on hospitality, or Houston, Texas, which is focused on oil. We're very diverse. And then 3rd, as far as the Tri-County area with Los Angeles, Orange County, and Riverside, San Bernardino counties, we have 18 million people, which is more than 43 other states' total population. And when we look at the history of what's happened during recessions in the past, you can see that 4 out of 6 past recessions that we've had, that property values have actually increased. And really, I like to count this one. We're looking at 2008 if I'm blocking on the camera. Why? Why would you think I wouldn't even really want to count that? What's the biggest one? It's the most red on the screen. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. We'll just pretend it never happened. No, really, the reason for it is because the reason why this is so big for real estate prices dropping is who's the one that caused, what market segment caused this? Sure, lenders. A lot of things, but we're realistic. And guys, lenders were pools, sure, you get a loan, right? But the pendulum is going the other way, and now we need high school transcripts to DNA along with 2 years tax returns and a copy of your driver's license, right? I'm being facetious for those that have never heard me say that before. I don't need high school transcripts to DNA. A lot of times I need a lot less than that. But the point that I want to make here is that we can help move your clients from conjecture and into action. And my approach with you and with your clients has always been philosophical, meaning that many of you know Jason, my right hand in the office, myself and Terry. We really are big proponents of educating and helping clients understand so that they feel really good about what they're doing. And in the competitive market that we're in, especially after the 16th of this month, you really need to be aligned with someone that knows what they're doing. You guys always know that I'm as far away from you. That's fine. So any other way that I can be there for you, you know where to find me. And August 20th, do you have a slide for that? Okay, you don't. I know. So you always remind me when I set it down. I just wanted to move into the caravan, so I rented a van, we always have a good time. I know some of you are automatically gonna be there, but I'm inviting as many of you that can fit in a 15-passenger van, so just reach out to Daniel, sign up for that. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you. Oh, and Maureen, sorry, passed me a note, like I said, we're in 5th grade, I loved it. Asking me if her listening, I told her she should look it up and slip it to me on Slack. Right? I was listening to the presentation. So can you offer with your listings a 2-1 buy? Yes, you can. So at 6.25%, someone could get 4.25%. At 5.5%, you can get 3.5%. Those are still able to be done. So if you have questions about how much that might specifically be for your listing, you can reach out to me direct and I'd be happy to calculate that for you, or Jason. Keep making eye contact with TD, she always looks at Jason, she can't get a hold of me. So, which is a good thing, right? So, anything else, questions? Okay, onwards.
Thank you, Dustin.
Give it for Misha.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Nice full room. Just another reminder, guys, about being prepared for your clients. I feel like I can't tell you enough. Because when we get into escrow, you never know how long certain things are going to take. You know, like Anna and I work together to get HOA docs ahead of time on her listing. All those things are really good to do ahead of time, so don't forget about that. Also just wanted to share with you guys, they'll be at the office in 2 days. I'm actually having eye surgery finally to be able. So that'll be great. Amelia here, she's got me covered, and I'll be working remotely a little bit on Thursday afternoon is the plan. So.
Why don't you just take care of yourself?
You know, I hate being away, so. Anyways, but yeah, if you guys ever have questions, just know that you can talk about. We're here for you.
On that note, you guys, with property taxes, even when you're working with buyers, you want to make sure that there's no added assessments to properties that you're showing your buyers. I'm happy to do that for you. We had one just this weekend. We made an offer, got accepted, and found out that there was added assessments 0.75, which knocked out the buyer from qualifying. Really good to know that right away, as opposed to 3 weeks into the process.
Very true. Actually, I'm about to go adopt someone right now, and they've got the property taxes calculated at the current property value for some reason. So that's definitely something to really look at. And make sure you're working with a lender who knows what they're doing so that you don't have issues 2 days before closing like we do right now. I tell you that is not just.
Thank you.
So yes, that's a great point. Guys, have a good day.
Page with the MCA minute. Hey, guys. Paige, I want to see you reenact that.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Paige needs to do the money dance whenever people get McCann's checks now.
Show you guys something really cool. I know everyone is very curious about where I am on capping, how much do I have left of royalty or company dollar. And now on command, you can see that. So I'm just going to show you where to go that you're able to see that. It's really easy and it's really nice. I know everyone comes into my office and they're always asking, so you can check everything if you wanted to after this transaction. Big. Okay, so when you're in your command profile, you're just gonna go to your name, click my profile. And then you're gonna click Palos Verdes, and then it'll be right there. So we'll show you your split, your cap, how much you have left, your anniversary and all that. So now you guys can know exactly after each transaction how much you have to go.
We did discover any unclosed transactions don't factor into that. So if you have pending stuff that you have a PDA on.
Wait till it's closed.
Yeah, as soon as it's closed, it'll update. Clearly, I have a lot of work to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right. How many of you guys didn't know that?
Well, that's something that's pretty new, so a lot of people probably didn't know that quite out of the gate. Other cool thing that Paige didn't mention there is that if you have recurring deductions, especially if you give to KW Cares and there's stuff that you want to have taken out every time, you can go in there and set that up so that you don't have to re-enter that every single time you do a transaction. We'll just automatically plug those in for you. All right, Daniel, go to the next slide. This is all I really want to talk a little bit about for my section here is on the KWRI YouTube channel, which I put a QR code on there for you guys. That YouTube channel, specifically the market snapshot. So that QR code will take you to the KWRI YouTube page, but it'll take you specifically to the playlist called Market Snapshot. They do about a 12-minute video every single month. And Jen Lewis, who is an executive with KWRI, and Ruben Gonzalez, who's KWRI's lead economist, do basically a monthly market snapshot. And they go over, not specific to our local market, but just as nationally, what's going on with the economy in terms of not just real estate, but just the entire economy, how it's affecting real estate, how they think it's going to affect real estate. They'll talk about rates, they'll talk about unemployment, they'll talk about GDP, and lots of topics that really relate or factor into how buyers and sellers are going to likely react to what's happening in our economy. And they do this snapshot, like I said, once a month. Which to me is must watch, content. Like I said, it's a 12-minute investment at the max. And this is going to make you really smart in having conversations with your consumers. And it's going to make you really smart in terms of being able to kind of predict what's going to happen in the market. So I would definitely tune into that, and I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't think a whole lot of people know about it, but it's one of the best things that I watch every single month because it just really lets you know what's going on. And what it really is, if you've ever been to Mega Camp or a family reunion where Gary goes over the state of the market, rather than having to wait for family reunion or Mega Camp, Jen and Ruben basically give you a little snapshot of what Gary talks about at those two events. So they'll talk about the supply and inventory and average prices and median prices and the economy and jobs and all that stuff. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, because I was thinking about a lot of stuff over the last week or so in between getting ready for the wedding, but I'm going to take the content that they do and I'm going to basically just plagiarize it, but I'm going to localize it to our market. So I'm going to do a video once a month that is specific to our market that kind of mimics what Ruben and Jen talk about. And then I'll give that to you guys. And if you want to share those things, or just if you want to use those for your knowledge on what's happening locally, we're going to do that for you guys as well too. But definitely grab that QR code. I'll have Daniel send out the direct link too, but it's something you guys should watch every month.
Go to KW Connect. You've ever been in it? You know what it is? It's like YouTube and Google for Keller Williams. You guys want to find a checklist or a slide presentation or everything is in there. Just go and search for something and it'll probably pop up a bunch of different resources for you. So this is awesome. I'm going to start looking at these too. I haven't watched these.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so thank you guys. And last thing I'll say before John wraps it up is make sure that you guys go out on tour today. There's no better way to know what's going on in our market than to make sure that you go out and see the houses that are available. It'll make you smarter about the houses. It'll make you smarter about the inventory that's out there, especially for the newer agents. It's going to give you a really great opportunity to learn more about the neighborhoods. And it's a really great way to network with top agents in our community, as well as supporting our internal agents that are getting their properties on the market as well too.
Yeah, we got a couple of those today, so.
TD, Stevens.
Yeah.
Reading.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
One observation from today's meeting. Justin just added one more thing that you could have. Most of us work with buyers, right? You're putting together your value proposition of why people, you run to people, why they should work with you. One of the value propositions I'm going to add, because I've got a list this long, is what you said this morning, and what you wrote on here. About your buy downs. Now, you may want to work with me, Mrs. Buyer, because I have a direct lender that sits in my office. I will show you how we can lower you're thinking the rates of 7%, we can lower it by 2%. What? That's a big deal. So we can get you 5% money instead of 7%, for example. Put that on your list, why they should work with you. Because you're gonna run into that else. And when someone wants to question. Next to you, that should lower your interest rate. So thank you for saying that, because I'm adding it to my own personal value proposition. Oh, why should I actually work with this? Why? The second thing on my observation is, you have 4 Keller Williams agents today. Open. I think we all should go visit. We didn't start from, we didn't do anything. You support some of our agents and leave your business card, because that helps him get another, or her get a new listing, because a lot of it show up. So try to do that if you can. That's all.
Love it.
Thank you. Yes.
Anybody have anything else before we close up? Going once, going twice? Awesome, thank you guys.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you, guys.